So first up, Judd, how have the boys trained this week?
Well, we got like a squad. I think we had 18 guys at one stage. So we've had we've been able to get up and down. First time in a while since we've had those numbers, which has resulted in a lot of 5-on-5, which has been great. Guys finding their rhythm on the floor. Obviously, we got new pieces joining the team as well, which has been great. Nothing better to be able to go 5-on-5 right from the get-go, and just find your place and chemistry from there. So having that break has, kind of, obviously we saw a little bit of the rust last game, but I think this week has been a good week overall, and being able to get ourselves back into that rhythm.
Has it felt like you've got back to a bit more of normalcy this week?
Yeah, like having numbers, you're able to get through a practice plan, and guys when they're out there on the floor are going at it, competing hard, and then able to get their little breather on the side and talking to coaches and making little adjustments. And we've just been able to have the luxury of being able to do that with all our drills, and it's been great. It's been super competitive. I mean, each of the three teams, white, black, and green, like everybody's got their wins on the day. So, it's I think from a coach's standpoint and getting ready for the game, and guys are really going at it, and we're liking what we see.
And Brandon, how have you found your first week?
It's going really well. Really like the team. Really like the system that we run. Think that it might be one of the deepest teams that I've ever played for. From top to bottom, just the amount of talent that's on this team, and the way that everybody kind of fits together, the chemistry. It's pretty amazing to see, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Have you found it easy to fit in with the guys?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like, did like a little small interview a couple of days ago after my first practice, and even within those first few hours, I could just tell, how good everybody was, how good a group of guys that we had, and like I said, the chemistry already, it's something special.
And
Judd, what did you take out of that game last week against Brisbane?
Yeah, I mean, the first quarter was obviously disappointing, and I guess leading into that game, there was probably like a little question mark on how we were going to, I guess, what was going to happen in that first 5 minutes. We did not foresee, obviously, us sort of being as bad as that we were. Obviously, don't take anything away from Brisbane. I thought they jumped on us right from the start. They were quicker. They were more precise. They were in sync. And really kind of opened up, I guess, some wounds and some, we were just behind the 8 ball right from the get-go. And from that point, it was a real struggle. But we started to make some inroads, I think, as the game wore on, which is probably the one positive we can take out of it is, in the second half, I think we started to find our place and I guess, blow out the cobweb, so to speak. But now we've got that out of our system. We had a good few days of practice. Like, this next game, I think, is important for us.
So what are you expecting from the JackJumpers? This will be the first time we've played them.
Well, I think they've shown that they are competitive. They've had a couple of wins. They've had some losses, which have been really tightened down to the wire. Their last one, which was against Melbourne, was, I think they might have dropped that game by 4 or 5 or something. But they're in games, they're in ball games. Their defense holds them strong. And then they have enough firepower. They got weapons there with the 2 guards, the imports, Majette and Adams, very explosive scorer. They got weapons that come off the bench in McIntosh and Steindl, of course. And they really utilize those guys well. Their systems, really revolved around those guys. But I like what they've done with their defensive, I guess, blue collar. They make it a grind. And I think being down there in Tasmania, that's obviously going to be a tough one. They've played everybody tough. And as you do in this league, you don't take your eye off your opponent. You don't get too carried away with what happened in the last game or what's going to happen in the next one. You really just got to take it, one thing at a time, possession by possession, as boring as that and cliche as that sounds. But this is a league that more than any league probably around the world, that you got to pay attention to that and respect your opponent.
Yeah, and just the last one for you, Brendan. How much are you actually looking forward to getting out and playing?
I'm looking forward to it a lot. Really happy to be back in the NBL. It's been almost 2 months since my last game, so really looking forward to just getting back out on the court and competing again. And with such a great group of guys, it'll be a lot of fun for sure.